Ladies and gentlemen, COCOMAMA lies and claims responded to by African Village Life. It was a shocking response that majority people were not expecting, because this one have changed every equations that people were thinking and taking African Village Life, because it is the truth. People least expected such kind of a response because it was a brute kind of a response itself. On the other hand, JTPODCAST's dark secret when it comes to the issues of the legal fee has yet again been unraveled, because this one also is going to add an injury and harm to JTPODCAST's reputation. But by the way, I'm asking myself, yes, truly, and majority of people also are asking, do they have reputation to protect? Or their reputation is to play victim after they have hatched a plan with an intention to scam? Can I call it, there's no intention in it, but their very main objective was just to scam. And they have already done it big time. Those are the stories that we are going to grapple with at the progression stages of this video. So stay tuned. But before we do that, let's just watch this video.
8 good years, guys. We have a very beautiful...
Oh yeah, we actually have a daughter, guys.
She was born in the
16th May 2019.
2019.
Yeah, we are actually waiting for her here.
So,
does it mean that Madame and Oga Shallow did not have their first daughter together? Because Oga Shallow, you go to his IG, you will see him celebrating the girl's birthday, even before the 30 days party, and even the celebration they just did recently, okay, her birthday that they just celebrated, the intro was done only by Oga Shallow. So it looks like this is Oga, and the child, their daughter looks like Oga Shallow more.
And that bombshell by the teacher itself, it is worth raising the eyebrow. You know, there is something the teacher is telling us, and we are going to get into the veracity and delve deep to what Narubika is speaking. There is a lot of proverbs, a lot of hidden meanings that Narubika is saying. But there is one thing that Narubika is saying, that what is the response of African Village Life to COCOMAMA's claims and lies? You know, we must put it straight, and we must speak it the way we see it. You know, such a response and a claim itself in the same sentence really deserves the response in a clever way that African Village Life, that is Chalokush and Lynette, really knew that at one moment a similar thing would happen, and majority of people who are on the rush and always trying to damage their reputation, the answer is in their YouTube channel. Their life is well documented. Therefore, nobody can come here and claim useless and hogwash things that they aren't. The answer itself and that kind of response is in Chalokush and Lynette YouTube channel, not even in the AVL. That if anybody is seeking the truth, it's just a matter of going to their own channel, then you sieve it out, then you get it. Now, that response answers the COCOMAMA lies. But people are asking, what are these lies that COCOMAMA really engaged herself and started to profess against Lynette and Chalokush? One, COCOMAMA was telling us that Chalokush and Lynette knew each other when it was during Marwa's grand party. I think that was in 2020 or 2019, something like that. That the child that they are having, the firstborn, is not for Chalokush and Lynette. Something that is so grievous that you also bring the child that was not an item of discussion into this video. Just by a simple casting your nets wider and raising your antennae so that you receive information and decipher them as you encode and decode them, brought us to the only video that this young soul, Chalokush and Lynette, did and documented about their life. And we are going to get to the veracity that these people, by the moment they were getting in Nyabuanze, they were as a couple already, because they knew each other when they were in college. In fact, the issue that you don't know, both of them are teachers. So they met in college. They had a child when they were still in college, just awaiting to graduate. That's when they conceived their firstborn child. So if you're doing the math, if you don't know their sides of story, into their own channel, not into AVL, their own channel, you'll get that very story. That's why I've decided to present this story for you so that you can really decide for yourself, because it's a fact that was commented. Before you do that, if you're coming across this channel and this video for the very first time, kindly click on the notification bell so that any moment I upload a video, YouTube shall notify you instantly. To my last subscriber, may God bless you abundantly. So let's dive instant away, lest we forget.
And that's a fact. He's Zach and he reacts. Not a negative fellow who punches below, but a positive chap who balances his show. When there's confusion on top the mountains, he weighs decisions, dissects for simple brains. Whistleblowers who wish to bring trouble, who plan to make. Zach exposes nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Zach Senior, he analyzes and breaks it down. Zach Senior, he's an objective man. Zach Senior, a reactor, very positive, defender of truth, he's quite protective. Zach Senior, he analyzes and breaks it down. Zach Senior, he's an objective man. Zach Senior, a reactor, very positive, defender of truth, he's quite protective.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our YouTube chit chat. My name is Inazak and this is my YouTube channel. So let's dive instant away, lest you forget. Guys, the video you've watched, but the question that majority people are asking, what are these kind of fictitious claims that COCOMAMA is trying to put forth to the detriment of Lynette and Chalokush? You know, the issue that COCOMAMA had was AVL with Clarice. They succeeded of plucking Clarice from AVL, and AVL have decided to let it go. Now, this thing has graduated or escalated to Chalokush and Lynette. As several times I've even been postulating and letting people know that AVL is so different with Chalokush and Lynette. AVL is a brand of its own. The owners are known. So if somebody having issue with AVL, why can't you stick to AVL? Why are you gravitating toward Lynette and Chalokush? That is my question. There is something that on my 3 previous videos I'd insinuated, and it's a script that is well written, that at the progression stages of this video, we are going just to unravel that, because it's got an objective and a narrative to achieve. I want to let you know. Back to the main thing. Why would you think COCOMAMA would go to that extent of attacking the child of Lynette and Chalokush? What is the reasons why they're doing that? And if you ask me, was it necessary? The claims itself is so fictitious as COCOMAMA herself, because everything about her, question mark, to the extent of lying that these people are not married. You started them. A second one, you are now attacking their marriage, that these people, they have raised a child out of. And you know specifically you're speaking lies. If at all you never had any chance of even digging deep to the videos and unravel this truth, you better keep off the reaction, because your reaction itself is not based on commentarism. It's not based on commentary. It's not based on constructive criticism, but it's based on morbid jealousy to taint them and suit your narrative that you're feeding your gullible naysayers, never making sense at all. Guys, before we dive deep, let's listen to claims and videos of COCOMAMA, wild claims and response that AVL gave to such kind of a claim.
8 good years, guys. We have a very beautiful.
Oh yeah, we actually have a daughter, guys.
She was born
May.
in the
16th May 2019.
2019.
Yeah, we are actually waiting for her here.
So,
Does it mean that Madam and Oga Shallow did not have their first daughter together? Because Oga Shallow, you go to his IG, you will see him celebrating the girl's birthday, even before the 30 days party. And even the celebration they just did recently, okay? Her birthday that they just celebrated. The intro was done only by Oga Shallow. So it looks like this is Oga, and the child, their daughter looks like Oga Shallow more than Madam Lee. And I've not really seen her, you know, into the girl that much. But you cannot tell because, I mean, you can't see everything.
even the kid came before I graduated.
Yeah.
Before even you graduated.
Yeah, like we became parents when we were in the university, in college, and it was not easy. But guys, we just
were very
persevered.
young.
Yeah, we were very young.
It looks like they didn't have that child together because definitely that child is older than 30 days party that was 3 years ago.
Actually, guys, my mom was buying second-hand clothes. We got it Mutumba from Gikomba, and she was sending it to us to sell so we can sustain ourselves.
Yeah.
And that way, I think she just nurtured us to be
responsible parents. Like there is no any day that we felt like having a kid in campus
was a problem.
Yeah. And also my sisters helped to take care of my baby. So guys, we are here. We are actually waiting for the daughter that this beautiful story made.
Yeah, we're waiting for her here actually.
They just had a child recently, and for sure that is their own. But I doubt, allegedly. How can you say that I'm not sure of something that they have shared here? This allegedly sometimes is confusing me. Allegedly, they didn't know each other prior to 30 days I am Marowa housewarming party that happened 3 years ago. Allegedly, they met there. Allegedly,
those are the claims and the response that AVL, let me not use AVL in this case because AVL is a branch of its own, that Charlo, Coach and Lynette really documented on their channel. It's not like they responded as of yesterday, but it's a documented video in their channel, not AVL, in their channel distinctively. Because before they had a couple channel, then they have their channel. So there is their channel. If you go to it, you'll find their life that's well documented. They never knew each other at Amara's place. These people knew each other in the university. So in Amara's YouTube channel or in Amara's party that was done for a period of 30 days, I think that is 2019 or so. From 2019, these people had known each other 8 years ago. That if you calculate now, I think it's something like 13 to 14 years, thereabout. They've been living together since their university times. They became parents at the university. These people really came from a humble background in building themselves what they are now. Therefore, what really makes COCOMAMA to come and claim that she knows them? She's only brief for them. She's speaking some kinds of false claim to the detriment of Charlo, Kush and Lynette because she's not finished with AVL. She's now gravitating towards Charlo, Kush and Lynette, which is a very big problem and very big trouble, which is a troublesome itself. Now you could see COCOMAMA is saying and bringing the child into it, instead of really going down and inquire and do an inquiry, because all the evidence is in or are in their videos. It's a matter of doing a research, watching their own videos. It's not quick and posting some kind of rubbish that are not making sense. That, okay, even if a child was born outside, what's the problem? The constitutions of Kenya warrants, things everywhere, is that if you decided to marry a woman or get married to a man, the children that you find with that man or a woman becomes part and parcel of your life. Therefore, they are all your children. Therefore, it's something that is so, I find so inhumane and derogatory to bring in children who are so innocent into these matters of online spat. And this person is a midwife. Then somebody said that he's working in a morgue. I don't know. But it's work anyway. Why would you bring such? It tells you that there is an agenda that COCOMAMA is up to. And the agenda itself is needed to tell you because they've decided they would dismantle AVL. It has backfired and somebody has been sued. And of recent, after somebody has been sued, COCOMAMA has felt so bad because COCOMAMA wanted her to be sued. And the reasons why COCOMAMA wanted her to be sued, COCOMAMA wanted that kind of attention to herself because she's the one who brought this attention. But people have devoted him, now giving JTPODCAST attention. So she wants that kind of attention to her. Not only attention, because attention comes with clicks and numbers, hence the revenue. Secondly, if COCOMAMA would have been sued, COCOMAMA would be going live to beg, to do scams, and to beg for donations, that as JTPODCAST did. So it's a competition of money. So when you see COCOMAMA coming here with false claims, lies, is gravitating towards making Chalokuch and Lynette so that she could also be served with a letter of cease and desist. Because that one will open doors for her to also mount live to beg for donation itself. There's a narrative. There's a narrative. If you can remember the letter that Nairobi teacher even wrote that said he was told from the beginning that to stay put, that if he wants to make money, he would go and identify his victim to bring forth and trying to help and make views and money. Which means Clary is being used and is being minted for money and is a cash cow. And they've succeeded. Attention is to them. They've earned now 2 salaries. Clary's has not yet been monetized. 1 month is finished with 2 weeks. We are moving to the 2nd month. Clarice has never been monetized. The objective to achieve, second, is also to divert people's attention about the monetizations of Clarice channel. People have kept quiet and they've kept off. The attention is to themselves, working for the 2nd month salary that they are going to enjoy without Clarice enjoying anything. Do you even see their audience asking about monetizations of Clarice channel? They don't ask because they're enjoying the drama. My heart really goes for Clarice. I wonder, what is it? You know, we've been telling people, but you people, you haven't been seeing. The Clarice channel sits there as a sin of crime, sits there as identity theft, whether it will be monetized or not. But according to Google and everything to be searched, tells us otherwise, that with identity theft, that channel couldn't be monetized. It would be flagged. Perhaps it's what something is going on. But if it is monetized, it can work for up to a period of 6 months. It will be flagged again, because that is what YouTube does. Nobody now is talking about the monetizations of Clarice channel. Why is it Clarice channel monetized? Because they have succeeded to deflect the attention to themselves, attention to JTPODCAST being sued. The audience has been told lies that the Clarice channels has been monetized spiritually. Now, the spiritually, they also believe that Clarice channel has been monetized spiritually. Others will tell them to an extent of them abusing us at the comment section. Now, it turned out that Clarice is not monetized, only spiritually monetized. What is your take on that? Can you really at least take responsibility? And these people, you awarded them money, that the only thing that you really need of Clarice channel is for Clarice to start making money. And very soon, Clarice is going to be very vexed and tired with them. Could somebody ask them question? What's the progress of Clarice channel? What is that progress? Guys, those are lies. And the fact have just been laid bare. Charlo Kush and Lynette knew each other before they came to Amara's place. Because in Amara's place, Lynette comes from there. That's the home ground. But it was just a content creation because they just wanted to identify themselves of like strangers. It's good for content. You know? It's good for content. Those people are husband and wives. They are. They had their children when they were in college 8 years ago. As of now, if you can decide to check in 8 years ago from the party, now from the party sometime 5 years ago, it could be 14 or 15 years. So what is the problem? And now you are discussing a child. My only aim was just to come and assert that truth and tell you the truth and disabuse the notion that the naysayer in the name of COCOMAMA trying to peddle cheap lies, cheap gossips that are not adding anything. How the same way they are spitting lies, it would be the same way they would be working very hard to get Clarice channel monetized. But their attention has now been left to their own selfish gain. They've discarded Clarice in a dustbin. The Clarice channel has been, imagine with all those views Clarice is getting. Children have opened to school, but now the people who have been helping, could have been helping Clarice, is now donating to them. Now some subscribers are just foolish and gullible. That is the lies. Tell me, what do you think? Whom do you believe? You believe COCOMAMA or you believe Charlo Kush and Lynette? And that is the part of the truth that has already been done. Guys, another part of segments is JT Podcast drama has escalated to another level. Because one of the allies by the name Nairobi Teacher has decided to share in some hidden secret that he confessed to a subscriber somewhere, and this secret itself has just unraveled the way he confessed. On the last screenshot that we shared, we told you how Nairobi Teacher told us that the reasons why it was not on JT's podcast live where the money was being minted and scam was being done is because he knew pro bono lawyers who would help. It's the same pro bono lawyers that he took JT Podcast to help with the cases that are similar to this one of defamation, that he was sued by Mr. Cecil for free. That's why Nairobi Teacher never wanted to be part and party of that scam. Another part of a scam, Nairobi Teacher also was told at the primal level that you stay put, we don't want you to be pingo, don't come. Whether Nairobi Teacher wanted to get there or not is a story that we still don't know. Perhaps he will come and tell us what really happened. And Nairobi Teacher told us, he was told, if he wants to rescue other people, let him create his own victim, interview them, and pretend to be helping them so that he can mint money and for views. Simply means they are using. That is the secret. But if you look at the screen, look at the screenshot. In this screenshot, that's Nairobi Teacher. Nairobi Teacher decided to reveal other facts, and I'm reading. There's one of my subscriber by the name Sean Blake. I told him 1.5 weeks ago about how a script is being developed and told him exactly how it will go. Guess what? He's laughing. It happened because I have seen it before. In other news, if you are sleeping with other people's wives or husband, stop it. Innocent people are suffering because you can't keep it in your pan. It's boiling rashly. Some people are using their magic stick and wagging it in other people's wives' bearded meat. It's a story that we are just waiting. It's going to boil and cascading down nicely. We are waiting. Two birds, one stone. Comprehende. The comprehende seems is a Spanish word. One more thing, laughing with the emoji. Next word you will hear, you are jealous. It is the only overused word that make a lot of people get away with anything always works like a charm. Guys, if you're clever and you can comprehend what Nairobi teacher has said, what do you think Nairobi teacher is talking about? To whom this statement is connected to, or attributed to? The statement is attributed to JT, the Vipingo trio. Leave the hand alone. The Vipingo trio, COCOMAMA, JT, and Masubo. The whole scenario itself is a dark secret that was well crafted. And the scenario itself, it turned out how it is because he has witnessed it before. Now, we want to dive deep and dissect. We want to dive deep and dissect all this means. But before we dig deep, if you're coming across this channel for the very first time, please click on the notification bell. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so that any moment, I post a video, YouTube channel to find instantly. To my subscriber, may God bless you, Omanasi. So let's dive in straight away after the break. The Nairobi teacher's screenshot really reveals a lot, and a majority of people are asking themselves, what does that screenshot mean? I just want to put it to the perspective so that you understand. And I made a little notes over here so that it will help me to stay on track so that I don't veer off into defaming other people. And it also to put me to the track, also to avoid derailment. The first part of the screenshot reads, there is one of my subscriber by the name Sean Blake. I told him 1.5 weeks ago about how a script is being developed and told him exactly how it will go. Guess what? Emoji laughing. It happened because I have seen it before. What does that mean? In that simplest term, simply means Nairobi teacher has predicted a drama and a scandal before it happened. And is telling us a script is being developed. To mean someone was planning drama for views or a scandal was slowly building. And you know the Vipingo 3. They sat down and planned drama for views. And if you want to know the main reasons why COCOMAMA came to Kenya is to visit all those things. He visited Nyaboanze, he visited Nairobi teacher, he visited Carol on training, stayed away. But the second coming, he never visited Nairobi teacher because Nairobi teacher refused to be part of this drama because there was some kind of disagreement that really ensued that Nairobi teacher was excluded from the main thing. So it is something that was being planned for views. Because there was a time I was even watching COCOMAMA said, it's tired of doing MRO content. They want to create some kind of niche with selected people that initially Nairobi teacher was part of, but because of other things, Nairobi teacher was secluded. On training also withdrew of never wanting a drama. Even advised Karis to stay out of drama to focus on cooking. That's number one. So it's a story that was minted and crafted for drama, but also to defame other people. So Nairobi teacher saw it, what is happening. Remember at one time BBTV React, who was in that group, Lazy Gang, tell us, sometimes they could talk. Other stories could be brought on how to bring Amara down to create dramas and fictions that are never working. It's the same thing that Nairobi teacher is now telling us what is unraveling down. I'm just trying to put these things in perspective. So the story is connected to the trio. Masuba 1, COCOMAMA, and JTPODCAST. Do you understand? Number 2, the 7 laughing emoji. Sure, he feels vindicated and is mocking the people involved, the Vipingo trio. Involved, Vipingo trio, if we leave out the Jihan. Another part that he's saying, I have seen it before. He's positioning himself, Nathaniel the teacher, as an experienced reactor in the issues of internet, who knows how the internet drama works and ends, and to whose benefit. So they created the drama, and how the end of the things happened that he predicted in 7 days, 1 week and 7 days, has just come out is to benefit themselves, the views, the revenue, and also to scam in the moment of they having a case. Yet, they are pro bono lawyers. That is what Nairobi teacher is communicating to us. That's what Nairobi teacher told us, that he mentioned Shoblake. And who is the Shoblake? Is one of the subscriber. Who is the subscriber? The subscriber can attest to what Nairobi teacher said, which means this is one of the arch witness who can prove that Nairobi teacher really predicted it. That's why Nairobi teacher decided to post his name over there. That is part number 1. The second paragraph, which is the second part of the script. This is what Nairobi teacher said, and I quote, "In other news, if you are sleeping with other people's wives or husbands, stop it. Innocent people are suffering because you can't keep it in your pants. Two birds, one stone, comprehende." I told you comprehende is a Spanish word which we are going to interpret. What Nairobi teacher means in that second part, this is the real message behind the post. The real message behind the post. Nairobi teacher is using the scandal he predicted to pass a moral lecture about cheating, adultery. He believes the drama that just happened was caused by infidelity. The drama that just happened was caused by infidelity. How does that happen? How does the infidelity comes in? How does it comes in? What can make COCOMAMA travel from Doha, Qatar to Kenya in Vipingo? We saw them in a mutual dalliance, in a mutual contemporary moments with Masubo. Suggestively mean there are other things. Somebody's being fed bearded meat. Could that message means and is sinking? To the moment when JTPODCAST appeared with Masubo, and JTPODCAST asked Masubo that some people are asking for us to leave Vipingo. The response of Masubo was, for what? That they're not leaving Vipingo. My wife is not complaining. My wife knows. Because Masubo kept on telling people that my wife understands him. Could there be something suggestively that these people are cooking? I'm asking. That's what Nairobi teacher is saying. Two birds, one stone, comprehende. Is saying, with this one post, I have done 2 things. 1, proved I was right. 2, warned cheaters. Comprehende is a Spanish word. Simply means you understand. It's just added for the style and effect for every common Kenyan sheng. That's a sheng. It's a slang in the street, comprehende. You comprehend, understand? The third part of the Nairobi teacher's excerpt. One more thing, laughing with 2 emoji. Next word you'll be hearing, it's only that you are jealous. And the jealousy word is overused. That make a lot of people get away with anything they always do and works for them like a charm. Like anybody is accused of everything. Even if you do something that is very bad and somebody has got the truthfulness, then somebody will throw in the word that you are jealous. And this word jealous itself has really made people get away. People get away with the wrongful acts that they're doing. What does Nairobi means? This is preemptive defense. He knows what when you call out people on internet, their fans will come out and comment, you are just jealous. He's saying, I know you will say I'm jealous. That word jealous is overused. And it makes you guilty and people escape accountability. So in total structure, Nairobi teacher said, I predicted it. It happened. The cause is infidelity. Don't come to tell me I'm jealous. In short, that is what Nairobi is saying. I predicted it. It happened. The cause is infidelity. Don't come and tell me I'm jealous. This one is not a formal statement. It's a gossipy, clout riding, moral policing post designed to get engagement, laughs, and show he was right all along. So what was the thing that Nairobi was right about? Is the script of scamming. Is the script of using and dump. It's the script of creating a problem yourselves, seeking sympathy, and that's how they are making money in the name of pretending to be helping people, yet they're not helping people. Now, British have just decided to air it out in a big mundane that in their quest of trying to help other people, of which they are not, there are infidelity and immorality that is happening. There is myriads and arrays of bearded meat versus magic stick wagging under other people's nada that is happening in that cocoon. A lot of other things that Rupita has not revealed. In short, if I build that kind of structure very elaborately as I end this conversation, the teacher tells you, I predicted it. It happened. And don't come and tell me I'm jealous and get to understand it. Guys, let me know what you think at the comment section. Until next time, this is your boy Senior Zach.